Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. For those who may not know, my name is Sharon, but you can call me Sharina Belly. That's my channel's name, Sharina Belly. So if you have not subscribed, please think about doing so at this time, or maybe even after you watch the video and decide you want to be a subscriber. I really would appreciate it. And thank you to the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys, the old subscribers. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Just thank one and all. I do. So guys, this video, and by the way, look for that subscribe button. It's either here or there, or either there or there, but it's somewhere. Just find it, guys, and just smash it for me. Thanks. But guys, I'm back today just to talk a little about um, some things that's still persisting on these YouTube streets, guys. Um, it's sad to me to witness what's happening, but when I read the word tells me that more than what I'm witnessing today will be um, coming down the pipe, so to speak. But it's just sad, guys, because I've been hearing about. Okay, let me just back up. I've been watching some channels, and some channels are talking about other channels having cult-like tendencies. Then there's other channels who's coming in defense of those suspected cult-like tendency channels in defense, saying that no, they don't believe that they are a cult or those channels are a cult or even have cult-like tendencies. I don't know what the deal is, guys. I don't know, but I do know that cults are real, and if you're not careful, you can unwittingly be swooped up into one if you don't have your thinking cap on, if you're not paying close attention to what's happening, because sometimes things can be so subtle and it doesn't appear that this is what's going on, but then by the time you understand that that's what was going on, it's usually a little bit too late. Um, that's just my opinion, guys. As a matter of fact, this whole video is just filled with my opinion, with the exception of some of the word that I will bring to you a little bit later on. Um, Again, I don't know what channels are cult-like, what channels are not cult-like. I do, from looking at various channels, know that there are some attacks that's still taking place. And those attacks that I have seen, and I'm quite sure there's far more than what I've seen, but the channel that I'm specifically talking about today is Eat with Philly Phil. Now, it seems that she's still under attack. And I know I did a video about this um, some time ago. You guys can go back and check it out if you so choose. Um, but, it seemed to me that things were kind of like mellowing out a tad bit. But now it seemed that it's full throttle again. And I know it had a lot to do with Philly Phil's, the biological daughter that she gave up at a very young age. And it appears that this daughter is the what do I want to call it? The puppet master, if you will, behind what might be going on some of these other channels, because the daughter is so-called friends, families with some of these channels who are being called a cult. But again, I don't want to get wrapped up in all of that because I don't know what may be cult like, what, but I do know what um, unsuspected people can be in store for if they're not careful. But at the same time, I don't know what channels are cult like or what channels are not. Mine is not to judge. I'm just kind of voicing my opinion on. It's just really sad that people have to continuously be hit time after time after time because of an error that they made way back when they were so young. I don't understand how much debt you owe if you particularly have tried to make it up in some shape, form, or fashion. You know, if you've expressed your deepest apologies, or if you try to make it clear why you did a certain thing in your young years. But when we're young, you know, we do foolish things. We all do, because our brains haven't developed fully yet, so we don't make the best decisions. I've been there as far as not making wise decisions because, truth be told, I was a young girl, it wasn't about doing what was right. It was doing what was in, you know, just following the in crowd, you know. But some things happen that has nothing to do with following the in crowd. It has to do with making mistakes. And sometimes my mama used to say, you make your bed hard, you have to lie in it. Anyway, guys, I feel like I might be just drifting a little bit, so let me try to pull it back in. And again, just stick with what I come here to talk to you guys about today, which is it seems that the attacks are continuing on Philly Phil. And it's just sad. It saddens me because, you know, people will never let you live anything down. I don't care if you made the error when you were young, middle age, or old. It seems that people will never want to let you live it down, and they just want to keep going into the jugular and keep opening up the wound and just keep going after it. And we've all made mistakes, guys, because none of us are perfect. None of us are really perfect at all. We've made mistakes in our young life, in our middle age, and probably in our older years. We've made mistakes, and we want people, some people, to forgive us. We want some people to forgive us and not keep holding us accountable. And that's what I see, that this young lady, the biological daughter who was given away at a young age, um, I don't know, but I, I feel in my spirit that she has a whole lot to do with what's going on with Philly Phil and all the attacks. You know, she's brought in other channels who's jumping on the bandwagon and just going in and relentlessly just going in. But it just hurts my heart when I, like I said before, to see people who have made errors, um, that some people just refuse to let them live it down. They won't let them. There's no forgiveness, no mercy, no nothing. But them themselves know that they have also made mistakes, but they want forgiveness from whomever they want forgiveness from. And I just think that's hypocritical. I do. That's hypocritical because if you, and this is why I try to practice in my own life the, the art of forgiveness. You know, some things hurt you and it hurts you bad, but you don't have to walk around with that hurt on the outside of your heart. You can, one, take it to God in prayer. You can, say, Lord, you don't want to keep walking around with your heart just bleeding all over the place. And you want to, you want all of this pain to end. Take it to God in prayer. Pray that you want the pain to stop. And, and then to try to lean towards forgiving whoever may have wronged you. Um, I don't understand why people are so, that their heels are so dug in with the unforgiveness. They just, I know about deep hurt, guys. I've been there and I've done that. But I know we just don't have to walk around, like I said, with our heart on the outside of our chest, bleeding all over the place, and everything you go near, touch, you just spewing blood and hatred and thing. It's just, it's in the, and what gets me is those people who profess to be children of God. How can you, I'm speaking to those who know who I'm speaking to. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but you know if this shoe is your size or not. You know. How can you ask, because you know you've not been perfect in your entire life? How can you ask, if you're asking for forgiveness from a family member, a friend, Almighty, whomever, you're looking for that forgiveness because you know you did something maybe to wrong someone else, and you're looking for forgiveness. So, and you know, you just want to be able to move on, and you want to, because what you did, you realize it was harmful to another. It was harmful to someone else, and you recognize that, maybe not right away, maybe down the road, you recognize that what you did or said, it harmed someone else, and you feel remorseful for that thing now, and you would like to be forgiven, either, like I said, from the individual, Almighty, whomever, and they don't forgive you. You still just walking around bleeding all over the place because you want that forgiveness, you, to the point that if you don't get it, you fear that you may no longer be able to, stay on the planet. For some people, some people, not everybody, but for some people, um, you want that forgiveness. So can you try to reverse that and see if somebody if, have wronged you, and if they're asking for forgiveness and you're keeping it away from them just because you feel like you're big enough and bad enough to do it? Where is that fair? I don't see how that's fair. Like I said, we do things and we know that there's a heavenly God. We know there's a God. We know there's a creator. And we know right from wrong, a lot of us do. So when we do wrong and we know we've done wrong, we want to say, Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. And we expect for Almighty, because we know that He's a forgiving, loving God. So you expect for Almighty to forgive you, and you kind of feel better. But then at the same time, you're going to withhold your forgiveness from someone who may have asked for it. Where is that right? That's completely wrong. Um, and so I feel for Philly Phil. I do, because I know she's going through, and not only Philly Phil. I mean, if I'm talking about you or someone you know, then I'm including those individuals in this conversation as well. It's not right for people to just keep digging in their heels and making a bad situation worse. It's not right. And again, especially if you call yourself a child of God and you can't find no forgiveness in your heart for someone who may have done you wrong. I'm not saying that you have to go out with these people, you have to eat with these people. I'm not saying all of that, or you got to go partying with them, or you know go to church with them. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just simply saying, in your heart, forgive them. Forgive them. I know even Jesus Christ, Yeshua, on the cross said to his creator, our creator, the Father, he was talking to the Father about forgiving the people who were killing him, murdering him. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Because sometimes we do stuff and we thinking we doing right, but we doing wrong all the way around. Thinking we doing something right, and it's just so wrong. As wrong as two left shoes. But he said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And so how dare us want to withhold? Like I said, I'm not saying go out and party with anybody. I'm not saying, suggesting that. I'm just merely saying, in your heart, forgive that person. And it's for you mostly. For you to not be bound down and tied down and burdened with so much weight on your shoulder. And you constantly walking around with this mess on your head, getting migraines and heart palpitations and all these other illnesses and stuff like that because you holding mess in. Free yourself. Let it go. Let it go. And this is mostly, I'm saying, for that daughter. Let it go. Because enough is enough already. I'm sure your birth mom I'm sure she went through a lot of things, a lot of trauma associating having to give you up. As I understood, the story went where she actually asked, could a family member raise the baby just until she got out of high school, because she was still in school. But we just got so much unforgiveness in our hearts that we don't even want to examine why people may have done things. Now, I'm not talking about people who just want to continuously go out there, pow, shoot them up, and just continually, day after day, wake up to break up. They just wake up out of bed so they can break up every kind of thing around them. I'm not talking about, because those people, is a different kind of story. I'm talking about people who made mistakes, made big mistakes. But if they could do it again, I'm sure they would try to do things differently. But if, since we can't go back and do do-overs, try to see things for what they actually were, and move forward, freely move forward, and not being bound down with all of that hatred that's in your heart, especially if you say you're a child of God, like this birth mother says. Not the birth mother, I'm sorry. The birth daughter says that she's, believe in a higher power. She believe in, our creator. But when you're walking, your talk is doing this thing like this, and they're never coming together like this, when they always going like this, something's off. When that walk and that talk don't line up, when that walk The walk you say you have with the Creator and that talk of yours doesn't line up like this, something's wrong. Needs re-examining. It really needs re-examining. But there's some people who just like to say that they are a child of God, knowing fully well, and the Bible speaks about that too. We say with our tongue one thing, yeah, I'm a child of God, knowing deep in your heart you're anything but. Your heart is so far from Almighty, but you just speaking these words because you're trying to fool somebody. But may I suggest to you, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you ain't fooling our Creator none of the time. None of the time. He sits high and he looks low. He sees everything. And one day, when we have to close our eyes and greet our Creator, that book will open and he will read off to you every single thing you said and you did. And if you haven't done put a little bit of forgiveness in your heart, love in your heart, it's going to be written down. And he's going to want to know some answers. Okay, why? Why? Explain. Explain. So, guys, like I said, I don't know about this cult business. I've heard about cults. I've read about cults. I'm not saying who's a cult, who's not a cult. I don't want nothing really to do with it. But I will say this. If you feel like, and people really know, you know, because it's a little something on the inside that makes you know when something is just not quite right. Something a little on the inside lets you know about people's walk and their talk. And like I said, if it's not doing this, if it's doing this, you know. So I would say run, don't walk, get away. Because see, there's used to be this saying when I was younger. It's probably still going on out here today. I don't know. Nothing new under the sun. But you can go to hell. People can take you to hell in a handbasket if you let them. They'll take you to hell in a handbasket if you let them. But the choice is yours. So I said all that, guys, to say that, excuse me, let me drink me some water. Let the buyer beware, guys. Let the buyer beware. Put on your thinking cap. PP, I'm so sorry you're still going through this. I'm just so sorry because I know how it feels to have someone who decide that they're going to be judge, jury, and executioner in your life for some mistake that you made more than 30 years ago when you were just a child yourself. I understand that. And not just, if it's someone else who's going through, I pray that, God will lighten your load and your burdens, sooner rather than later. Okay, because I know it's a whole lot of people going through. It's a lot of people going through. And I hope and pray that each and every one of you who are true children of Almighty will go through whatever they need to go through and come out on the other side just as strong, just as happy, just as blessed. That's my prayer. But before I get out of here, guys, I wanted to just read this real quick, if I may. It's for whomever wants to listen. It's a passage, it's a scripture from King James Version, and it's in Matthew's 5, chapter 5, verses 43 to 48. Gonna read that real quick, and then we're gonna talk a couple more minutes, and then we getting up out of here. So, Matthew's 5, 43 through 48, and it reads, Ye have heard that it has been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor, and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that ye may be the children of your Father. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. For if ye love them which love you, if you just love the people that love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? And if you salute your brothers only, if you only talking and saying hello and things to your brothers only, and what do ye more than others? I'm going to read that part once more. And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? You ain't doing nothing no more than other people doing. You just like the other heathens. Do not even the publicans so? Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Creator is perfect. Which just means, guys, that do better. Just do better. You know? Do better. Also, one other scripture, Ephesians 2:1-5, and that talks about how we all took part of this crazy sinful world ruled by Satan. But Almighty's mercies is so great that when you see the errors of your ways, repent. He forgives us. He forgives us. It's so much going on out here, guys, that we're not doing right. But when we are really remorseful and repentant, he forgives us in his mercies. His mercies is great, guys. Oh, Lord, I just needed to come and talk about that a little bit, guys, because it's so sad in my mind, in my heart, to see the thing continues. And I know the times that we're living in, guys. I'm not deceived. I'm not deceived at all. But it's still sad to watch. I know there's more coming. It's getting worse before it gets better. I understand that. But it's a thing to behold. To see how we can just, I don't know, let the devil use us so magnificently. Just let him use us. And for what? And for what? Why is he using us? Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, when we leave this body, when this form is over, when this flesh is done with us, because this flesh is just housing who we are really inside, which is a spirit man. When it's over and said, we can't take any of these clicks, views, and let's not. I say I'm going to finish up, but something else just hit me, so I might be a few more minutes because I, these clicks and views and things like this money and things you're trying to um, 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 generate for yourself, can't take it with you. Can't take it with you. And who's to say the people that you're leaving it to, it might be gone like that. So all of your work that, this devilish stuff that you're partaking in, just by being mean-spirited, unforgiving, just lying on people, just doing everything you think you're big enough and bad enough to do. It's for what? It's for what? I just like to know it's for what. Cause like I said, the clicks, the views, and all of that, the monies that you're gonna accumulate, none of that goes with you. When all of this thing is done, went back to where it comes, which is dust, we was formed, and dust we will return. We can't take anything with us, guys. Nothing. So what's it all about, Alfie? That's what I want to know. Y'all, those who are of a particular age, they know what that song is. What's it all about, Alfie? Dion, y'all know who that is. But anyway, and listen, guys, I'm not sitting up here trying to profess that I'm this, that, and the third, because I'm not. I'm merely, I'm trying to find my way home. I'm trying to find my way in. I'm trying to live a life that Almighty can say when all of this is over, he can say, well done, my good and, you know, faithful servant. That's what I'm trying to hear, guys. But while I'm on this earth, yeah, I don't mind getting clicks and views. I don't mind even becoming monetized. I don't. As a matter of fact, I look forward to it. But I'm not going to do it at any cost. That's the thing. And I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to be judgmental is what I want to say. I'm only trying to be honest and fair. I would love to be monetized. I would love for the clicks and views. I like to talk to you guys. I like to, give you a different perspective, a different way of, hearing things or seeing things or things like that. I mean, you're going to come up with what you come up with, because we're all individuals. I would love to get some things, but not at any cost. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get it by just going into people's jugglers and just tearing them down. Yeah, I do reviews. Some, may be a little bit pokey, but I'm not going to go in nobody's juggler if I can help it, okay? Unless they maybe deserve a little bit of tough love, you know what I mean? Because I'm a mama, I'm a grandmama, I'm a great-grandmama. I don't mind dispensing a little bit of tough love. But I'm going to do it in love. I ain't going to try to, harm nobody just because. And that's where I think the damage comes in. You doing things, you saying things, these things is harming people. They're asking you to let up off of them. PP has asked people to leave her alone, taking up petitions and things like that, try to, get people to leave her alone. I mean, I would just challenge anybody who might be part of whatever that team is that's going into that lady's juggler, into PP's juggler, if it was you. If it was you. Now, I know you probably say, well, there is people coming after me, but not the way things is going after PP. It might be one or two channels coming after you, but y'all have dozens of channels going after Eat with Phyllyphyl. And for what? Something that don't have anything to do with you. Is between her and her birth daughter. Between A and B is what we used to say. Y'all need to see y'all way out of it. See your way out of it before things go too crazy and you can't get out. Which is what I'm sure the devil is just sitting back waiting on. Just sitting back waiting. And then when you know, done went well too far, he got you. He got you. Excuse me, my mama used to say, that old demon. She used to say that old demon, she said he gets on my nerves. He just tells people and nudge people and get people to do this and do that and do this and do that. And then when people get themselves in deep hot water and trying to figure out what happened, they trying to scratch their butt and their head at the same time trying to figure out what done happened. And then you see Satan sitting back looking at him. Who told you to do it, stupid? Well, you know you told me to do it. So, but that's what he going to do. He going to get you in the mess and then he going to flee. He done did his job. He good. He ain't going to sit there and hold your hand. He ain't going to pat your daggone shoulder, say good. He ain't going to rub your hair. He ain't going to wipe the sweat off your brow. He ain't doing none of that. He out of there. Because he done accomplished his job. And you going to be sitting up there, like I said, in a heap of mess trying to figure out how to get up out of some stuff. Yep. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for listening. I hope y'all stay to the end. If you do, guys, stay to the end. Drop me some. What do y'all think? I mean, I know some of you have probably been seeing the same videos that I've probably, been seeing. What do you guys think? Do you have an opinion one way or the other? And if so, just, drop it in the comment section down below, okay? I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to ask you guys to please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Again, that subscribe button is either here, there, or there. It's somewhere, guys. Just find it and smash it. I'm on my little road to 1,000. See, I'm trying to get the daggone views. I'm trying to get the subscribers. But I'm not going to do it at any cost. So if you feel led, if you feel like you want, subscribe to the channel. You're welcome, and I thank you for it. I thank you. Because I like coming and I like talking because I like y'all talking back to me. I do. I get enjoyment out of it. Whether y'all, those people believe it or not, I love it. I just love it. But anyway, yes, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Those people who already been with me, thank you. I appreciate you. I truly do. Like the video if you so choose. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I come back with another video. Share the video out. Share the video out if you so choose. Comment, guys. Send me them comments because I'm going to get back to you. You know I will. For those who know that I will, know that I will. I'll get back to you. Now, sometimes I don't see them right away, so I have to go back on my laptop and look because I can't see everything on my phone. But when I see them, I'm replying. So, that being said, guys, please love yourself. Love someone else. Tell yourself you love yourself. Tell someone else you love them. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it, guys. Almighty peace and blessings to each and every one of you. Within the sound of my voice, almighty peace and blessings to each and every one of you. Guys, because I love you. And it's nothing you can do about it. Because God told me. He said, Almighty said I got to love. He ain't said I had to like, but he said I had to love. And I ain't got to, but I got to love. And that's okay. That's okay. Because we just got to, try to uplift one another. Try to be each other's, sisters, brothers. I'll be each other's keepers, if you will. So anyway, that being said, guys, I'm getting on out of here, guys. Don't forget to comment below. Let me know what you think of the video. Thank y'all for watching. Almighty peace and blessings. I'm out of here, guys. I gotta go. Bye.